What's up guys, SquishyMuffinz here, and today's video is the 15th episode of Road to Grand Champion. And in this episode guys, we might possibly get Super Champ, we might not, we'll find out after. But I'd just like to thank you guys all for 25,000 subscribers. I will be doing my next montage on 30,000 subscribers guys, so be ready for that. And I would just like to quickly ask if any of you guys out there do own Alpha Boost. I would like to get that boost on my account, on my main account at least. So if you do own any of that, be sure to leave it down in the description and I'll be sure to take a look at your offers. I'll buy it for whatever price you guys ask for, but I am in Canada, so you have to remember the currency is all messed up. So anyway, let's get into the game. I just really want that damn Alpha Boost, but we'll see how it goes. Anyway, we start off strong with a good 50-50 and end up getting a free goal out of it. So this was a little bit of an awkward 50-50 to go for the opponent here, because no matter what he does, he's going to end up in a worse position than when he originally started. So going for that ball leaves him behind me, which puts me in a spot where I have a chance to break away and get a shot on his goal, which was just a bad move from him. And then on kickoff, he couldn't really get back to it because it had a good bounce for me. So for the kickoff tutorial, guys, I might not do it. I'm still like pondering it because I'm trying to make it either really good or just not do it, because if it's not going to be good, I don't want to go about doing it. So Johnny Boy, if you guys haven't seen it, did do a kickoff tutorial and it was very well done. So if you haven't checked that out, I will leave a link to it down in the description. Johnny is very good at kickoffs. Well, at least he knows, and he's seen a lot of pros do kickoffs, so I'm sure he has some of the best insight when it comes to it. So if you guys haven't seen that video, I'll leave a link in the description. Definitely go check it out. Very good stuff. But I don't know if I should make one. I'm still pondering it. I'm trying to make it as good as possible if necessary. Like, if I am going to end up making it, I want it to be the best it can be. That way all you guys can learn from it. But if it's going to be some like half-ass job, I don't want to upload it because it's just not going to be good for you guys. So here he ended up getting a pretty good demo. I think he just went for the boost, as did I. But I could have went for a ball here probably. But he did get a good demo, and it left me in a spot where I just couldn't get back. And that 3 seconds when you get demoed is a ton of time to get a goal. So using demolitions in 1v1s, I've heard a lot of people, you know, not like it, say it's not a good thing, but it's part of the game. Honestly, when it comes to high level play, you need to use them every now and then. It will help you out. It will give you space. And when there's only one player on the field and that sends them all the way back to their end, you know, it could give you space. And you could actually use it strategically too if you want to get back to your goal. Like jumping in front of the opponent when they're driving at max speed, and it'll just get you back to your goal quicker. If that's necessary, then that's a strategy too. As stupid as it seems, killing yourself to get back to your goal on defense, that's a strat and a half. So that was actually pretty awful on my part. I should have definitely hit the ball there. Like, I don't know what happened, it was just mechanical error. I'm pretty sure, like, these are always my first games of the day when I get on to play these, so I'm not always playing my best, but that wasn't the greatest play for me. This was good. Popping it up buys time. I can grab myself some boost. He doesn't really have a reason to challenge that, but he ended up doing so, and that's going to get him scored on. There was really no reason for him to hit it off the wall there, because anything he did wouldn't have really resulted in him getting any dangerous opportunity. That's why I just waited for him to hit it, because I knew if he did jump for it like he did, he would just end up on the wall, and I just have a free goal overall there. So that was just a little bit of a poor play from him, but that's something you could fix. So we had a free shot there, and I should have just challenged. Like, I do this a lot. I'll be scared to challenge because I think they can beat me to it, but when in reality, I can probably beat them and get a better 50-50 on them than they could if I just let them get the shot. So that was just a bad play from me. I could have probably turned on that and got a good 50-50 rather than waiting it out and getting scored on. Good save from him. Really good challenge from him. I should not have turned like that probably. That was a little bit too risky, because if he had shot on that, it probably would have been a goal. Alright, really good shot from him. I wasn't expecting that to go in. I remember when that happened. I just didn't think that was in. I thought I was hitting crossbar, so I was going to try to catch it on the dribble. But that was actually a very nice shot from him. Well done. That is a kickoff right there. Should be a goal, but I think I had to beat him to that, actually. That was actually well done. Okay, so I'm trying to keep possession here. I didn't need to fly for that necessarily because he wasn't challenging, but I thought he was. Alright, so with that hit he just made, he kind of threw away possession, so I'm going to go for like a cheeky double tap. Well, I mean, that actually worked out. if he saw me flying, he could have probably beat me to it, but I mean, I don't know. I don't think that's a good thing to do, but it just depends. If he turned quicker and beat me to it, it would have been a goal against me because I was flying so far into his half with no boost after that because I was using all my boosts to get there. That was a really risky play, actually. Don't do that. All right, that was good. Good touch to catch it. Now I could have went for boost here and just started like a starvation train and just made it so he couldn't get any goals, but I mean, you want to get as big a lead as possible and then go for the starve strat. So I'm going to get possession here again. I think I heard him jump for it, so I just went for the quick challenge. Alright, so I tried the fake on him, but I ended up just going for boost. And then I went for a dunk, which left me in a really poor spot. Honestly, it wasn't the best idea, but he ends up missing it, which is quite lucky on my part. I do beat him to the ball. And now I gotta try for a shot on net here. But he does end up getting back, I'm pretty sure. And because I hit out the post so unluckily, I had to get back as quick as possible. And if you guys don't know, you can get the supersonic speed just by doing a front flip and holding boost for about like, I think 20 boosts or a little bit less than that. And you can get supersonic pretty quickly. Yeah, using that trick, you can get to supersonic pretty quickly, only using 13 or 14 boost. And while doing that, you can keep the rest of your boost just to get the save or whatever aerial you need to go for. So it's a very good strategy to learn, very good technique to learn. And if you guys do want a tutorial on that, well, I mean, it's not the most difficult thing, and most of you probably know how to do it. It's just a very nice way to save boost. But if you guys do want a tutorial on that, I would not mind doing it. I mean, it will help out a lot for a lot of people, I'm sure. But most of you know it. For the majority, know it. That was a good challenge from him. Cut off any danger in my shot. I'm going to go for a ground pinch, I believe, to get the shot there. So I'm just going to take my time. Wait for him to make a challenge. Now, it wasn't the best of plays from me there, but it was very well done from him to get the challenge and notice that I wasn't going to do anything dangerous. Because from that angle, me getting a shot on net is pretty improbable. Him getting a better challenge on the ball and winning that 50-50 is normally what's going to happen there. He nearly gets a kickoff goal to tie it up, but I did use that little recovery trick I was talking about and ended up getting back to the ball. And I ended up bumping him, that way he couldn't get the dribble. And that is a fair tactic, guys. That is in no way dirty, I'd say. I mean, it is kind of a dirty play, but I think it's a fair tactic. Bumping, demos, all that's fair play in my book. I don't have an issue with it, but it can get like tilt-worthy, if that's even a word, when you have to play someone who is just constantly demolishing you or bumping you. It can get annoying at times, and I understand that, but you have to let that kind of thing not get to you, especially when like you're playing a 1v1 against someone who's doing it a lot, because there's some players that just try to go for bumps and demos when they're on attack or on defense. Because if someone's challenging you with the ball on their car, they're coming at you, if you just straight up boost into them, sometimes they'll try to like mind game you and you can just get an easy demolition, then you'll have the ball on you afterwards. So that's a fair strat, and it works out for the majority of the time, but it won't always work out. But that's a very fair strat, and it could get some people pretty angry when you're playing against them. I've seen some people leave 1v1s watching like streams and stuff just because they're getting bumped a lot, they're getting demoed a lot. It's not something to get mad over. It's a fair strategy. Instead of getting annoyed over it, try to learn how to use it to your advantage and then just play it out using that strategy, because that can help out a lot in different situations, especially for 2s and 3s. It can help out. But that was a delayed flick. And how you do these, if you guys do not know, just do a slight tilt forward. You're going to use your first jump, take about a second in between your first jump and your second jump, and slightly tilt forward after your first jump, and then use your front flip to fling the ball into the goal. Or just fling it over the player, it doesn't matter, but that's a very good way to get some fast shots on target that are unexpected and hard to stop. That's for sure. So I'm just trying to keep pressure here. That's why you won't see me flip too far away from the ball. I'm trying to keep it as close to me as possible. And he ended up making a little bit of a poor challenge there. So I'm going to get a free shot, but instead I do some weird like whiff thing. I don't know if I did that on purpose. I don't know what I was doing, but anyway, that was just a little bit risky from I think the flying flank here. he ended up going for that ball in a position where he couldn't even get a good challenge on it, and if he did flip into the ball, it was leaving him a little bit too far forward. So it was just not the greatest of attempts at a challenge from him. But again, that's something that could be fixed if he just took his time and just kept possession. Even if you have no boost, I'd say just try to keep possession and just like roll the ball at the front of your car, and when someone comes at you, just front flip into it and try to get the 50-50. Just try not to lose the 50-50 with no boost, because then you can't really get back. So I'd say if you have no boost, keep the ball as close to you as possible and just try to get a 50-50 out of it and try to get a good win out of it. That way you can get yourself some boost and try to get back into play. So he has no boost again. I'm just going for a starvation strategy like the last couple games. I've been trying to use this more in 1v1s, but the thing is, this isn't the best of strats to have for like 2s and 3s, because you can't always do this in 2s and 3s. It's not going to work. I mean, in 3s, if you hit the ball, like go for the demo, I guess, go around to their boost and then head back, and then the next teammate does the same thing in like a steady rotation, that could work, but it has to be like spot on and perfect. And if someone messes that up, it's going to be a free goal for the other team. So it's not the best strategy to have, especially for 1v1. Like, I would say it's not the best playstyle that you'd want to carry over, but learning how to do boost starvation and bumps and all that good stuff, that's very helpful stuff for 1v1s, guys. As little as you may like it, as annoying as it may be to play against, it is extremely helpful and useful for 1v1s. So again, I left him in a spot with no boost, and I do this a lot to my opponents, and I just try to keep as much pressure as possible on them. Now that he has no boost, he's going to do what I said. He goes for like the 50-50, but instead he actually gets a flick around me with 0 boost, and now he will end up starving me back. And you'll see me try to stick as close as possible to the ball and get a 50-50, or just keep possession. That's all I go for when I have no boost. He ends up just getting a bunch of good challenges back to back, and he still has me boost starved, but I get enough touches on the ball to eventually grab myself some pads and just take possession. As I said, with no boost, you just need that possession, and you just need to stick as close as possible to the ball. The boost still didn't end up coming back for me, and that was just extremely unlucky. I'm pretty sure the boost came back as soon as I left that area. Actually, it didn't. Wow. But I tried to keep the ball as close as possible to me, but it just took a little bit too long for the boost to respawn, and I stayed there just hoping it would come back. So this was just the one kickoff. He just went a little bit too far forward for that kickoff. He didn't flip on time. He flipped late, I think. So he just flipped past the ball rather than actually hitting the ball with his flip. That's why he went way past me like that. So he's going to try to get a flick here. And I know I'm safe for the most part unless he goes for an aerial. And even from that angle, it's going to be very tough. So all I have to do is wait it out, and I will eventually get a free goal out of it if I do so. And that's exactly what happened. So if you see your opponent in a 1v1 going up for like an odd angle redirect or an odd angle like shot or something like that, don't necessarily try to jump to challenge it, because it's going to be a tough shot, and they don't want to hit it in a spot where if they miss they're going to get scored on. So it's not always going to be on net. So I wouldn't say jump for the challenge if someone's going up for an aerial. I'd say wait it out, because most likely if they miss, it's a free goal for you. They're going to end up in your net. So best bet if someone's going up for an aerial against you, just wait it out and let them do what they want to do. And most of the time it's going to pay off well for you. So I go for like an air dribble double tap weird kind of 50-50 thing, and then I get the bump on him, which is actually like really well done, because there's nothing you could have done there. So if I had left him and not bumped him the second time, he probably would have got the save, because I ended up 50-50ing it with him and it was rolling in. So I just went for the bump, that way you couldn't get any possible save on it. Pretty funny goal, I like that, but that was well done for me. There wasn't really much he could have done. If I didn't bump him though, he definitely would have had the save on that. And at this point, it's pretty much game over. It's 8-1, 51 seconds. All I have to do is wait it out, kill time. If I get another goal, it's just icing on the cake, and it just puts me in a safer spot. But at this point, there isn't really anything I have to do. Just constantly go for shots, I guess, and just see what happens. But I get a little bit unlucky here, hitting post twice, going for another challenge. And I end up finally getting a goal out of it after constant pressure, and that's what it'll get you in 1v1s, guys. Shot after shot after shot is definitely a very good strat to have, and that could carry over to 2s and 3s as well. So that is definitely a good strategy to have, just constant shot pressure. And that's why you see players like Moses doing so well in 2s and 3s, because in 1v1s all he does is just constant shots and just very smart plays and good recoveries. And that's exactly what you want to do for 1v1s, guys. You want to have a strategy or a play style in 1v1s that can carry over well to 2s or 3s. And that was my problem for a long time, is my 1v1 play was nothing like my 2s or 3s play, and I just couldn't play 3s for the longest time until I finally figured out how to do so, and that helped me out a lot as a player, just learning how to do that. So I can't stress enough how important it is to find a play style that you can use for all game modes. That'll definitely help you out as an overall player. And that challenge right there, I don't know, I didn't like that when I did that at all, because I feel like if he did hit it, it would have went past me, because I wasn't really blocking anything, and if I didn't hit it, then he just, like, what happened, but I didn't like the way that challenge worked out at the end there. Anyway, we do end up getting the 0-second goal to finish it off, but like I said at the beginning of the video, guys, if you have any alpha boost, I would love to get my hands on that from my main account. So definitely leave a comment down below and we'll have a chat about it. But like, comment, subscribe. Thank you guys for watching. Next episode should be out tomorrow. I'll try my best, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.